Welcome to this week's edition of Warrior Weekly. I'm Lukas DeGarmo. Alongside me, Travis Whipple. First topic, Travis, the Warrior Sports Network is going to be launched on Friday. 12:15 doubleheader Metrodome baseball game for Winona State baseball. It's exciting.
It's very exciting, and that's the first thing I was going to say. And basically it's internet-based, dedicated solely to Winona State athletic programming. So we're really excited, and you can find it on WinonaStateWarriors.com. There's no cost associated with any of the programming, and really just kind of a larger umbrella for all that we've really started this year already with the Warrior Weekly, the Week in Review, the All Access show, and then we're just adding the component of live web streaming of video, throw in the radio and everything else we're doing as well.
Podcasting, blogging, the whole works on the Warrior Sports Network. Exciting time for Winona State athletics. Talking now about Winona State gymnastics, though, they just are on an absolute tear. They had two meets recently, one at the University of Wisconsin lacrosse, beat them, and then beat a very good Hamline University and swept.
Yeah, they've been performing well, and I think the big thing is they feel like they're hitting their routines. I think you've noticed maybe their scores are a little bit down here the last couple of weeks by a couple of points, but they just felt like really, really tough judging, obviously, but they've been hitting their routines and really performing well. And it's a situation where it's a great balance. Katie Gregory and all the names that we've mentioned before just continue to step up, and they're really competing at a high level here as the WIAC season's kind of winding down, and we're almost into that championship part.
Next up for Winona State gymnastics, February 28th at Gustavus in St. Peter, Minnesota, and then they play Hamline and UW lacrosse at 1 p.m. at that meet at Gustavus. Women's basketball now got a big win this past Saturday on the road in the road finale for the regular season for Winona State. Women's basketball beat Bemidji State, moved to 10-8 in the conference, 15-10 overall. Score of that game was 78-67.
It was a huge win. You mentioned it. They're really kind of jockeying right now for positioning come NSIC tournament time. And certainly the region's not a far stretch for them. If they can really run the table here and get some key wins, they'll be in good shape. Anna Wirtz led the way, second career double-double, pulled down 11 rebounds, 18 points. That's a pretty nice effort out of a guard, and she's done well all season long.
And she played 40 minutes in that game against Bemidji State, and a player that's a senior leader. She doesn't have a lot of games left here for Winona State basketball player. She's had an unbelievable career as a Warrior player, and just for her to play 40 minutes at the end of a season, and where she's been banged up for the last few weeks, she wears a boot down the stairs in the hotel on the road. So for her to play 40 minutes is incredible, and it shows you what kind of player she really is.
Yeah, you're exactly right. She's really taken a pounding this year, and I think it's a concerted effort from the other team to get after her, be physical with her, and those kinds of things. But you can really see the improvement she's made in her all-around game. The other one we'll talk about too is Natalie Gigler, 20 points against Bemidji State, and she's 58 points away from 1,000 in her career, so she's put together a very nice career, only a junior.
Yeah, and she, like you said, only a junior. She still has her senior season. She's going to be another great player, already is, for Winona State basketball. Next up for the Warrior women, February 27th, Saturday versus St. Cloud State. It's a blackout breast cancer at McCowan Gymnasium and all around Winona State athletics. And then, of course, the NSIC tournament is March 3rd, 6th, and 7th. All those games will be caught on 89.5 KQAL. Men's basketball now, they weren't so lucky on the road. Lost another squeaking game by 2 points to Bemidji State on the road. Wow, it was a tough game to watch at the end because Winona State had their chances, but their inability to make free throws down the stretch now and quite a few games resulted in another close loss.
Yeah, you're exactly right. This is the second straight week where they've had opportunities to close out games at the free throw line. This time I think they had 4 chances there in the last couple of seconds, and they only converted on one of them. But, I think Coach Leaf would be the first to say that it certainly doesn't come down to those. It's the entire game, and they had their chances. They were kind of knocking at the door, and never really could take the lead. I think their only lead in the game was at 2-0.
Yep.
Scored the first couple points of the game, and that was it. But you're right, though. You do need to finish those free throws off, and could be a different story here for them. But right now it's important. They're the 4th team in the NSIC, and it's important to hold on to that 4th spot. So 2 games this weekend, Wednesday at home against Upper Iowa, and then on Saturday, like you mentioned, the blackout game, blackout breast cancer. They really need to win those 2.
Winona State, after losing to Bemidji State 88-86, moved to 11-7 in the conference and 17-8 overall, and as Travis mentioned, 4th in the conference. And it's important for those top 4 seeds because, of course, the top 4 host 5 through 8 in the NSIC conference tournament. So if they can grab onto that 4 spot, there'll be a NSIC conference tournament game here at McCowan Gymnasium. Home finale, as Travis mentioned, St. Cloud State, Saturday, February 27th at 7 p.m. So come on out to McCowan Gymnasium and watch that. And, of course, the men's NSIC conference tournament, March 3rd, 6th, and 7th. Moving on now to Winona State women's track and field. They won 8 events and swept the top 3 spots in the 4 events at UW La Crosse. They continue to roll and continue to be one of the top teams in the nation. Yeah, they continue. Like you mentioned, I think last week they came in ranked 16th in the nation. They continue to do a great job. But they had 67 points this last meet. UWL won the meet at 70, so they're right there and really competing. Rebecca Steer, we've talked about her all year long. Again, sets a school record in the shot put and automatically qualifies for NCAA postseason competition. Caitlin Dine, a tremendous sprinter, was just named NSIC Athlete of the Week for track. So tremendous showing by her in the 55-meter dash. So really, all across the board, they've been really doing well, and they continue to excel. Emily Asuncion won the 55-meter hurdles for the Winona State track and field team. Beth Braun won the 200-meter dash, and Gudmundson the 5,000-meter run, and Kelly Shaw the 400-meter dash. So a lot of players contributing on that team. Next up for women's track and field, February 26th and 27th, the NSIC Indoor Championships at Minnesota State Mankato. That starts at noon. Women's tennis now here at Winona State, another 9-0 win against the University of Minnesota Crookston. So that's the second consecutive match that they've won 9-0. Yeah, a couple back-to-back convincing wins, and this one comes against a conference opponent, so that's always good. It was on the road. Mary Hesterman improved to 3-0 on the season at third singles, so another big win for her. And Addie Adler and Laura Roseline also improved to 3-0 at number 3 doubles. They partner up, and like I said, I think this team's gonna have a lot to show coming up this season. They've got a lot of youth that continues to develop, and they're really playing well right now. Winona State women's tennis will have a meet February 27th at home against St. Mary's at noon, so be sure to watch that one. Winona State baseball, they got their season kicked off this past Sunday night at the Metrodome and played St. Cloud State. They were able to win the first game, and lose the second. Yeah, I thought they really played well. Listed on KQAL, 6-1 victory in that game 1, and Ross Hillebrand pitched 5 innings to record the win. Really had a good outing, and Tony Mueller led the charge. He had a big triple in that game out to center field to get some runs in. And I thought just a good effort first time out. St. Cloud, a quality opponent. Good way to start the season for Winona State baseball. Next up for the baseball team, February 26th, they play Wayne State at 12:15. That's a Friday at the Metrodome once again. And remember, that game will be streamed live on WinonaStateWarriors.com and will be the launch for the Winona Sports Network, the Warrior Sports Network, WSN. February 27th, Winona State baseball will also play Wayne State again the next day, 7:30 a.m. at the Metrodome. That's it for Warrior Weekly this week. For Travis Whipple, I'm Lukas DeGarmo. Thanks for watching, and remember, it's a great day to be a Warrior.